ভরসা। আজতক।
Expenses. Coverage under the Meghalaya Health Insurance Scheme will be increased by 25% for senior citizens. Medical shops will be set up in each block with a 20% subsidy.
TMC's 7th pledge for Meghalaya, quality education for children. Meghalaya TMC guarantees quality education for the advancement of Meghalaya's future generations. Meghalaya TMC will provide a direct benefit transfer of Rs 1,200 to all the families of school-going children in government-run schools every year to help with the expense of books and other study supplies. Every block will have a model school with all of the basic and necessary infrastructure, along with doubling the numbers of seats for teacher training for quality education.
TMC's 8th pledge for Meghalaya, robust civic infrastructure for residents. Meghalaya TMC guarantees access to pipe drinking water connections to all households. Meghalaya TMC envisions to illuminate the state by revamping the Meghalaya Energy Corporation Limited to create the necessary infrastructure that will ensure uninterrupted power supply to all. For seamless development of the state and connectivity of roads, Meghalaya TMC will build all-weather motorable roads. And to reduce traffic congestion, the Shillong Ring Road project, which connects the eastern and western bypasses, will be accelerated.
TMC's 9th pledge for Meghalaya, Meghalaya's glory, music, sports, culture and tourism. Meghalaya is known for its music, sports and cultural heritage. Meghalaya TMC will launch a number of platforms to promote such talents. First, through mission sports, grassroots level sports enthusiasts will be identified, trained and promoted at each block, and then each district will also have a state-of-the-art multi-purpose stadium. Further, the state's first sports university will be established to facilitate the sports trainees' preparation for national and international tournaments. And to promote the state's distinct and rich culture, Meghalaya TMC will establish the Meghalaya Music Promotion Board to train local artists and promote the music on a global scale. Meghalaya TMC will also establish a cultural tourism circuit and grant interest-free loans to local communities to start up homestays and other sustainable tourism businesses, since tourism is another thriving industry in the state.
TMC's 10th pledge for Meghalaya, honor to traditional institutions and sacred land. To protect and preserve the hill state's ethnic traditions, the Meghalaya TMC will take all necessary efforts to safeguard and conserve their traditional institutions and sacred land. In order to do this, a comprehensive village administration bill will be prepared in consultation with the autonomous district councils, ADCs and the traditional headmen. The Meghalaya Residents Safety and Security Act of 2016 MRSSA will be brought into immediate effect across the state, ensuring a comprehensive registration of all legal tenants. Proud of the Hill State's indigenous languages, Meghalaya TMC will strive for the recognition and inclusion of Khasi and Garo languages in the 8th schedule of the Constitution. Finally, to safeguard the land of the people of Meghalaya, the Memorandum of Understanding signed by the governments of Assam and Meghalaya will be revoked, and police checkposts will be set up to ensure intensified and timely patrolling at crucial border locations.
This launch strengthens our commitment to, to honestly serve our people and ensure all-round welfare. I now request our State President, Sri Charles Pungu, to kindly address the gathering.
At the outset, it gives us immense honor to welcome our National General Secretary, Shri Abhishek Banerjee, the AITC Parliamentary Party Leader, Mr. Derek O'Brien, the State in Charge, Dr. Manas Ranjan Bhunia, the Legislature Party Leader and Leader of Opposition, Dr. Mukul Sangma, and all my respected colleagues and party workers. I am overjoyed to be addressing you all today on this special occasion. Meghalaya TMC has reached a juncture where we have seen as the only credible party which can take Meghalaya on the path of progress. And we couldn't have achieved this milestone without the love and support of the people of Meghalaya. Today marks a special occasion when we launch TMC's election manifesto and TMC's 10 pledges for Meghalaya to bring peace, progress and prosperity to the state. The past year proved to be extremely fulfilling and fruitful for us. Our strength has increased manifold as more and more people of Meghalaya are showing support for our vision. The massive support for our party and honorable leaders was seen at Mendipathar, where 50,000 plus people joined us. The ever-growing belief of the people in our honest work is a testament to our commitment towards Meghalaya's progress. I, on behalf of Meghalaya TMC, would like to extend a gratitude for the overwhelming response our two revolutionary schemes, the Meghalaya Financial Inclusion for Women Empowerment, the WE scheme, and the Meghalaya Youth Empowerment scheme have received so far. Over 3.5 lakh households of Meghalaya have already shown their support to our endeavor to uplift the women of the state and make them financially independent. I am also overwhelmed that 2 lakh youth have put their faith in us and have registered for the MYE card. We are now a month away from the elections and we seek your mandate to help us usher in a holistic development to the state in all sectors, covering people from all walks of life. People of our hill state want a change, and Meghalaya TMC shall be the torchbearer for a transformational change in Meghalaya. TMC's 10 pledges for Meghalaya are our solemn duties that we will fulfill in mission mode to bring the best governance to you. TMC's election manifesto highlights our vision and way forward in turning Meghalaya into model state for us all. Today, let's recommit to fight against all odds and bring back the lost glory of our state. The future of Meghalaya is in our hands, and together we will strive towards bringing in better days for our people. Vote for the twin flower symbol to ensure that our collective dream of a prosperous Meghalaya becomes a reality. Once elected, our candidates, as true representatives of the people, will ensure that our welfare-oriented schemes reach all of you. Thank you. Kublai Mithila.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. We are grateful to have a dedicated leader such as you to serve the people of our beloved state. Now, I would like to invite our Legislature Party Leader and Leader of Opposition, Dr. Mukul Sangma, to kindly address the gathering. Please accept my heartiest greetings. Our distinguished and beloved National General Secretary, the dynamic and youth icon that the eastern part of the country has produced, Sri Abhishek Banerjee ji, the TMC Parliamentary Party leader of the Rajya Sabha, our distinguished friend, Sri Derek O'Brien ji, our distinguished state in charge, Dr. Manas ji, and my comrade and colleague, the President, Meghalaya TMC, Mr. Charles ji, the Vice President, Meghalaya TMC, Mr. George Lingdo, my other comrade who have always been together, inseparable friend, the Vice President, James Lingdo, the glue behind all of us, and all my other distinguished colleagues of rather distinguished party functionaries who have gathered here, and most importantly, all the candidates who have been officially declared by the party, who have shown their collective resolve to be part of this team in ensuring that our collective resolve bring the change that everybody is aspiring for. Ladies and gentlemen, and my distinguished friends from media, it's a wonderful opportunity for me to be part of this very important milestone that the party, Meghalaya TMC, has achieved. To be able to make a promise for the people. And this very moment that we witness today is only because the people have recognized, acknowledged TMC as the only alternative political party to be able to respond to the needs of the people of this beautiful state, to be able to fulfill the aspirations of the people, to enable our people, particularly the youth, realize their dreams to the potentialities that they have. The recent months, as we start this new journey, has been arduous and challenging. But the faith and confidence of the people from across the state created a visible change within a short span of time. We also, people from all walks of life, from all corners of the state, gravitating towards this political party. There's only one reason. The reason is that we share the same collective resolve to see a change. As we, in the beginning of our humble endeavor to reach out to the people, engage in this appeal that if you want to change, be the change yourself. And that's why people responded. There's a thirst, there's a hunger for a change. This hunger and thirst for this change is because all the people across the state understand understand as to how we are all equally responsible to determine the destiny of our state and not allow the destiny of our state to be in the hands of the bunch of other self-centric, anti-people politicians. It's because of this collective resolve to fulfill these dreams of bringing a change that people from all across the state have shown their desire, the trust and confidence upon this party, our Meghalaya TMC. I would like to thank all our friends who have, despite challenges, despite difficulties and constraints, come together and agreed to build this team, agreed to build this party. All the foot soldiers in different difficult, remotest parts of the states have come together. We are witnessing it every time we have a program. The recent program in Mendipatha, where we had to request people that only the friends from around the designated venue should come because our Mamata Didi, our national chairperson, shall have summer program in other parts of the state. It was very difficult for us rather to really convince our people to wait and be part of this program, to be part of the other programs. And we saw people from all around. As a political party, when we organize such political rallies, we do give targets. Everywhere, they overshoot the target. As we completed the program when I was coming out, I had the privilege to meet some of the villagers coming from some of the remotest part of North Garo Hills and East Garo Hills. And when I talked to a group of people from one village, which is one of the smallest villages where there are hardly 48 households, I asked them, how many of you came? So 35 out of 48 households from a small, remotest part of the state, from across Silsang. So this is the kind of enthusiasm that the people have to participate in our collective call for bringing a change for the state. Today, the team, the TMC Meghalaya, stand with firm commitment to ensure that we are able to respond to the dreams and aspirations of the people and formulate programs and policies in sync with the dreams and aspirations of the people. The manifesto and these 10 important pledges that we have made today before the people, before all of you, is based on the inputs, the issues, the challenges revolving around lives of people across all sectors. We had an exhaustive due diligence pertaining to those inputs that we collected. In course of our outreach to the people who are in some of the most difficult areas. I'm thankful to many of our friends who have helped us to reach out to those people. We have spent the days, the hours in the preceding months reaching out to people to understand about the conditions of their living and the issues that confront them and the unfulfilled dreams of the people, how we can attend to them and respond to our call of duty in sync with the desires of the people, need of the people. And today this manifesto is just the outcome of that exhaustive exercise. nothing imaginative, but completely realistic. And these promises that we have made is based on our exhaustive due diligence of issues and to address those issues. To work on modalities to fulfill the dreams and aspirations of our beloved people. And as we all say, yes, in democracy, every political party, as we reach out to people seeking mandate during election, we must all be clear in our strategy, in our agenda, in our expected programs and policies to address all concerns of the people of the state for overall welfare of the people, growth and prosperity of the state. And when we make promises, the spirit of democracy demands that we fulfill those promises once we get mandate. Therefore, these promises that we have made is bound to be the promises that we will be implementing without doubt. So to all our friends and comrades belonging to other political parties who doubt our sincerity and commitment and competence and capacity to implement them, I will tell them to join us. We will show them how we implement these programs, how we implement these promises, how we fulfill these promises. I have reasons to believe that all our friends belonging to other political party must have been taken by surprise as to how we are going to, how we have been able to rather capture the needs of the people and to project the programs befitting to the aspirations of our people. So with all the support that the people have, the trust and confidence gives us the inspiration and motivation. These whole promises that's reflected in the manifesto, which will be available for the people across the state. They have their own sanctity, all these promises of their sanctity. And with this in mind, we have made this pledge together. And we have also been inspired by how our national chairperson and the Honorable Chief Minister of West Bengal, our beloved Mamata Didi, have remained firm in implementing whatever she has promised. This is the brand. This is the brand of the leader. This is the brand of the party. So this TMC Meghalaya will from now on be it known as a party which will build its brand based on the resolve to fulfill and keep the promises. I look forward for all the support from everyone. I appeal to all those friends who forms part and parcel of other political parties. Because there's one thing that we all know, that every individual who had decided to be part of a political system, decided to be a member of any political party, have a reason. The reason being to be able to be part of a team to serve the people and serve the state, protect the interests of the people, ensure that every policy and decision that their political party takes is for the larger good of the people and larger good of the state as a whole. But having seen what has happened in the last 5 years, it's time for all those friends who are member of all those political parties who form the present dispensation of the ruling conglomerate to decide, lead those parties and be part of our team, Meghalaya TMC. We welcome them. Those who think that they can insulate themselves
from those people who engage themselves and who are busy in self-centric agendas, who have deviated completely from the priority which revolves around the larger interests of the people and larger interests of the state. It's very painful for us, particularly for people who have been part and parcel of this journey of building this beautiful state, with such a long innings in public life, to see the state that we have been able to build and position it thus far has been systematically dismantled by this present dispensation, dislocating the whole momentum of growth and development, bringing pain and agony amongst people belonging to all walks of life, be it the teachers, be it the government employees, be it those most vulnerable group of people, people with disabilities, the single mothers, the old, infirm. Everybody has been victim of these governments' anti-people attitude and their self-centric priorities that they have engaged themselves for during the last 5 years. The state has been robbed of its momentum of growth and development. The overall momentum of growth and development that the state has witnessed in the preceding years prior to the formation of this government has been completely dislocated. The name and fame of the state of Meghalaya has been completely defaced. I am very pained. It's very painful to see the state which we have all built together, to see the state becoming a victim of the greed of the people who are in the helm of affairs of governance. It's time, therefore, to rescue our state, our people, free our people and the state from this present dispensation. That's the reason why we are making this clear call to all the people who belong to other political parties to look at the reality, and having understood the reality and their true colors, time to disassociate themselves from those parties and be part of this great family, the Meghalaya TMC. I see this TMC as the parivar which will be able to act as a force of gravity across the region, across the nation in the years to come. We are just making the beginning. The story in the northeastern parts and states start from this beautiful state of ours. After this 2023 election, as we form the government with the mandate of the people, for which we have no doubt, we will carry forward this agenda of serving our people with utmost sense of sincerity, honesty, and integrity. We will build this state with the blessings of our people, and we will live up to the expectations of all our brethren. I once again want to thank all our friends who have been our strength, particularly the workforce, the foot soldiers who are continuously working. And I also wish all my friends, the candidates of the party, I wish you all well. Collectively, along with all our workforce who are behind us, we will go to this electoral battle and we'll see that we overcome the challenges. Challenges notwithstanding. We know what challenges we are talking about, but those challenges notwithstanding, we, having seen the trust, confidence, and love of the people, have reasons to believe, beyond any reasonable doubt, that we will have the mandate, the love and support of the people, and will take the whole responsibility with the mandate of the people to take for the state and put it at the highest pedestal. Thank you, friends. And I once again thank our National General Secretary for gracing this occasion. They have been my guide and inspiration and they continue to be with us. And as a team, TMC is going to be the only political party, whenever we talk about political party, which will protect the personal liberty and the inclusive character of this great nation. And this is the most important component. More than anything else, I think people have to understand in this great nation that the strength that we draw from the huge diversity that this great nation has, and therefore protecting the personal liberty and the true color of this inclusive character of our great nation shall remain our responsibility and will remain our promise for the people of this state, of this region, and the nation as a whole. Thank you once again. Kuble Mathela Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir. Your words of leadership and vision will truly lead the state to wonders. Now, gracing us on this very special occasion is our National General Secretary, Shri Abhishek Banerjee ji. He has always voiced the concerns of the people and has stood tall against any divisive and discriminatory forces. I now request our Honorable General Secretary to kindly address the gathering.
Thank you, everyone. At the outset, let me wish you all a very happy new year. Greetings to everyone. And thank you for making it in today's press conference. I am extremely happy to have with us today, starting from the state in charge, Dr. Manaswanan Bhuiya, Mr. Charles Pingrove, the State President of Meghalaya Trinamool Congress, Meghalaya TMC, Leader of the Opposition and Leader of Trinamool's Legislative Party in the State Assembly, former Chief Minister, Dr. Mukul Sangma, Vice President of State Trinamool Congress Committee, George Lindo and Charles Lindo, James Lindo, friends in the media, our Rajya Sabha member and leader of the party in Rajya Sabha, Mr. Derek O'Brien. Well, as we present today's manifesto, and you've seen the small clip that we played before revealing the manifesto, it's just not a mere document or a vision document or a book with 10 random promises. First of all, let me point this out at the outset that these are pledges, not promises. When a political party makes a promise, we all know how they are and whether those promises are being delivered and honored at a time when they form the government. When we make a pledge to ensure that till the last drop of our blood, we fight to ensure that they are being implemented to the last person we have promised this pledge to. So let me first take you all through the 10 pledges for peace, 10 pledges for prosperity, 10 pledges for Meghalaya's progress, and 10 pledges for Meghalaya's pride. What is Meghalaya TMC's vision for Meghalaya? Our mission in Meghalaya, as I've always said, is to turn this state, beautiful state, into a model state across all sectors. The healthcare and education system will be revamped, the economy will be boosted for growth, the civic infrastructure will be made available for all, indigenous rights will be protected at all costs, and no decisions will be anti-people or taken without their consent. This document that we present before you today, this has aspiration of lakhs of Meghalayans. This document, as I said, is not just a mere document. It is a vision document to show the world what Meghalaya is capable of. And it has been prepared by the grassroots expertise of our workers, colleagues, leaders, and through an extensive consultation with the people across from all walks of life, be it experts, students, activists, grassroots leaders, civil society organizations, community representatives, entrepreneurs, men, women, young boys and girls. When Trinamool first stepped into Meghalaya, a lot of people labeled us as outsiders. TMC is an outside party. It's an outsider party. It knows nothing about Meghalaya. It's with immense pride, and it fills my heart with great joy to present before you a manifesto with 10 pledges, which has been construed with extensive deliberation, as I said, with all people across all walks of life. And Trinamool Congress is the only party in the Meghalaya, especially in the state's political fray, to present its manifesto after the elections are announced. And the irony is, a party and the people who labeled us as outsiders are yet to come up with their manifestos and yet to come up with their vision document, because they neither have the vision for Meghalaya, neither they have the mission for Meghalaya. So be it any other political party, it can be NPP, I'm not naming any one of them. I'm leaving it to your judgment and wisdom to decide which party am I referring to. A party which labeled Trinamool as an outsider comes up 4 days after the elections are announced with extensive deliberation and consultation with people across all walks of life with 10 pledges. And what are those 10 pledges? Let me talk you through those 10 pledges. You already have seen in the video. Like we said, our first pledge, after Meghalaya TMC forms the government, our first pledge to the people of Meghalaya is abundant opportunities and thriving economy. Under abundant opportunity and thriving economy, we will ensure that double-digit economic growth in the next 5 years to double the GDP size and ensure a poverty-free Meghalaya. Then, 4,000 new MSMEs to be added every year, which is 4 times the current annual growth. To increase the number of functional MSMEs to 1.3 lakh units in the next 5 years. Then we will ensure that mining is resumed by formulating a scientific and sustainable mining policy to ensure no individual's livelihood is endangered. The policy would revive Meghalaya's Mineral Development Corporation and give it monitoring authority to ensure that only legal mines are operative in the state. Our next pledge is guarantee of a brighter future. Now, when we talk of a brighter future, the first thing that comes to our mind is employment, jobs, opportunities. So the first aspect of guarantee of a brighter future is we pledge to offer and make opportunities for 3 lakh jobs over the period of next 5 years to be created, and an allowance of 1,000 rupees monthly, which means 12,000 rupees annually, to every unemployed youth between the age of 21 to 40 under the Meghalaya Youth Empowerment Scheme. The second is 1 lakh laptops to all higher secondary and college going students in the state to facilitate digital education. We have been hearing about Digital India, we have been hearing about double engine model, but we are the only party who walks the talk. You see what the promises or the pledges that Trinamool Congress made before Bengal elections, and within 3 months, all those 10 pledges and commitment that were made before the people of that state have been fulfilled. So if we are making a pledge before you, we will ensure that every pledge is being executed and honored within 100 days of forming the government. This is my word to everyone, especially to every brother and sister of the state. We don't make empty promises. And a lot of people, a lot of friends in the media might have this question in their mind, that Trinamool is making this big pledges, commitment, promises, where will the money come from? All this already has been factored in. If you'll ask me how much money do we need to ensure that all these women who have registered and showed their unwavering faith and support in WeCard, where will the state get this money from? Where will the exchequer get this money from? The state has the money, but the government doesn't have the intention to spend. This is the problem. This is the difference we want to bring in and the impact we want to create. We are not giving you, this is not a gift that the government is giving you. This is your right. And we are here to fight for your right, to ensure that you get what you deserve. If all the women from, if every woman from a single household is honored and given 1,000 rupees and is empowered by giving 12,000 rupees annually, we are not doing a favor. It will not cost the exchequer lakhs of crores. It will only cost the exchequer 750 crores. That is not even 3% of the budgetary allocation. So everything has been factored. Under Guarantee for Brighter Future, we also will engage and identify every individual, especially in the tourism sector, and their services to be formalized through government registered job cards, providing a monthly honorarium of 2,500. Now you might ask, if everyone is given an honorarium of 2,500, where will this money come from? To boost the tourism industry, all individuals engaged in the sector, we will identify them and provide them with a monthly honorarium of 2,500. This will create an additional financial burden to the government to the tune of 75 crores annually. 75 crores. That is why I said, the last 5 years, the government who has been running the state and boasting and bragging about the double engine model is the most inefficient, incompetent, inept government the country has ever seen. Our next pledge is Empowered Women, Prosperous Meghalaya. Like I said, within 100 days after forming the government, Meghalaya TMC government will ensure that a direct transfer of 1,000 rupees monthly and 12,000 rupees yearly to a woman of every household as guaranteed universal income support under the MFI for the Women Empowerment Scheme. Next, our next pledge is Social Security. Now, under Social Security for all, we have 4 important points to make before all of you. Number 1, all social welfare pensions and schemes will be increased to the tune of 1,000 rupees per month. The present government and the pensions that they have been allocating or giving to a certain amount, certain section of the people in the society, not everyone, it's not universal. It is to the tune of 500, 550, 650 rupees a month. But keeping the skyrocketing fuel prices and the rising inflation in mind, we have taken a decision that all social welfare schemes to be increased at 1,000 rupees a month and 12,000 rupees annually, doubling the financial assistance to whether it's the PWD or the single mothers, widows or the senior citizens. And the second point I'm trying to make under the Social Security for All is a social security scheme which will go by the name of Meghalaya Unite. Now what does Meghalaya Unite stands for? Meghalaya Unite is Meghalaya Unorganized Sector Training and Empowerment Scheme. For all the 280,000 unorganized sector workers, to provide them with skill training, to provide them free healthcare, to give them term life insurance and also provident fund benefits. Now the financial burden that will be on the exchequer to implement the scheme will only be 168 crores per annum, which is not even 2% of the annual budget. 25% increase in grants for healthcare, education assistance, death benefit, marriage assistance and disability pension to workers under the Meghalaya Building and Construction Workers Welfare Board. And also e-ration cards for all and resurvey in the districts to increase the number of beneficiaries covered, ensuring every deserving household receives the PDS benefits. Our next pledge is Better Produce and Happy Farmers. Under Better Produce and Happy Farmers, a 10,000 rupees annual financial assistance to all farmers in the state through the introduction of the new scheme, which will go by the name of FARM, F-A-R-M. And what does FARM stands for? Farmers Assistance for Rural Meghalaya. Under this scheme, I again reiterate, a financial assistance of 10,000 annually will be extended to 210,000 farmers registered in the state, irrespective of their land holding. The total budget proposed for this scheme, if all the farmers of this state avail it, will stand at 85 crore rupees only. Farm centers in all districts of the state for one-stop assistance to the farmers from productions to sales. Farm crop insurance policies covering all crops, including horticulture crops, to ensure zero loss to the farmers. Our next pledge is holistic healthcare for all. Now, under holistic healthcare for all, we will ensure that maternal and child care centers in every block to provide efficient prenatal and postnatal services. Shortage of specialist staff and equipments to be bridged at all PHCs and CHCs in the state to make them at least 100% functional in the days to come. Currently, you know that there are only 28 CHCs against the requirement of 41 CHCs. The PHCs and CHCs will be strengthened and made 100% functional to improve the delivery of healthcare services at the grassroots. We will ensure establishment of new medical colleges and ensuring quality tertiary healthcare facilities across the state. 25% increase in healthcare cover for senior citizens under Meghalaya Health Insurance Scheme. 60 medical shops, one in each block, to be set up to provide medicines at 20% subsidy. We have done this in West Bengal, and West Bengal is the only state to do this. So if you are able to do this in Bengal, we will do this in Meghalaya too. Then comes quality education for children. A direct benefit transfer of 1,200 rupees annually, 1,200 rupees annually to the families of all school-going children registered in government-run schools to cover the cost of books, stationeries and other study materials. Each block to have a model school, immediate upgradation of school, infrastructure in all districts, doubling the number of seats for teacher training in the state. Now next place, an extremely important one, is robust civic amenities for residents. When we talk about civic amenities, the first thing that comes to our mind are roads, drinking water, infrastructure. So the first commitment that we make under the robust civic amenities for residents pledge is we will ensure there is a facilitation of piped drinking water connections to every household, with a target of 100% households having piped water connections. Additional 3 lakh households in the state will have piped water facilities. The second is revival and overall of MECL to create resilient infrastructure for uninterrupted power supply to every household. The next is all 6,459 villages across the state of Meghalaya will be connected with black-topped motorable roads and upgradation of major arterial roads to all-weather roads. This is extremely important. I reiterate that under civic amenities for residents, We will ensure that all 6,459 villages in Meghalaya to be connected with blacktop motorable roads and also upgradation of major arterial roads to all-weather roads. The entire 20,993 kilometer stretch of unsurfaced rural roads will be converted into blacktop motorable roads to provide all-weather connectivity. And also, as shown in the video, we will take up the Shillong Ring Road project in mission mode, which connects the eastern and western bypass, to be completed as soon as possible to ease the persistent traffic snarls in the city, to enhance regional connectivity and decongest traffic in parts of Shillong. This project will be completed at the earliest without any human or environmental costs. Our next pledge is Meghalaya's glory: music, sports, culture and tourism. Mission Sports to identify, train and promote talent at the block level. Each district will have a state-of-the-art multi-purpose stadium. All 12 districts will have, in the next 5 years, these stadiums, and we will try to target 2-3 districts on yearly basis, ensuring that all 12 districts are covered and every district has a state-of-the-art stadium in the next 5 years. State's first sports university will be set up with an additional and corpus of 10 crores to assist the 22 registered state sports association and recognized sports club under them. Meghalaya Music Promotion Board will be started, and we will set up the state's musicians through training and assistance with a vision of taking the local music to the global stage. Establishment of a cultural tourism circuit through identification and promotion of cultural and ecological hotspots in every district. Interest-free loans up to the tune of 2 lakhs to local communities to set up homestays and conduct their sustainable tourism activities. And this will only be done at a mere cost of 1 crore annually. This is nothing. So establishment of a cultural tourism circuit through identification and promotion of a cultural and ecological hotspots in every district to boost the tourism industry. Our next pledge is honor to traditional institutions and sacred land. A holistic village administration bill in consultation with the ADCs and traditional headmen to uphold and protect the traditional institutions to be introduced. Effective and immediate implementation of Meghalaya Residents Safety and Security Act 2016 across the state to ensure a comprehensive registry of all legal tenants. Private member bill. In the union government, in the union parliament, we have already taken this up. Legislators from this very state went, protested, made it a point to flag this with the union government. Our parliamentarians, both within and outside the house, have raised this several times. But we want to assure you that a private member bill in the union parliament for immediate recognition of Khasi and Garo languages through their inclusion in the 8th schedule of the constitutions will be ensured. The border MOU, last but not the least, the border MOU signed with the government of Assam will be revoked as and when Meghalaya TMC forms the government, and police checkposts at all strategic border areas to be set up to address this issue of unwarranted surrender of land to Assam and protect the residents in border villages, and border MOUs signed with the government of Assam will be revoked. So these are the 10 pledges that we make before you, and we want to assure you that all these 10 pledges will be honored as and when TMC forms the government on the 2nd of March, when the results come out, and the state is ready to welcome a change with open arms. I would ask my friends in the media, if you have any questions to ask, I will be happy to answer them. But please ask them one by one, and before asking them, please introduce yourself.
I have one question.
Yes, one by one, please.
Excuse me.
But do you really need to keep your booms here? Because I'm using this.
No, it is blasting. It is blasting here.
Oh, I see.